What's going on, everybody? Hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Now, ladies and gentlemen, my goodness, Call of Duty has just been going really through the trenches right now, Honestly, as time goes on, typically a Call of Duty experience partially gets better and better. It's one of the Call of Duty curses, right? The yearly cycle, it drops in a horrible spot, takes months and months and months, maybe even a year plus to get it into a playable spot, and then by then, the next Call of Duty game drops. But Black Ops 6, on the other hand, we're in the middle of Season 3, and it doesn't stop getting worse. Day after day after day, more news and information continuously drops on how bad things are getting, while at the same time, Activision ignores it and continuously keeps pushing the most outrageous things, like bundles, for example, to their audience. But ladies and gentlemen, before going dive deep, if you guys are interested in more content just like this, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell. I post daily here at 8 and 1 Eastern Time. Call of Duty, Battlefield, Splitgate 2, Arc Raiders, you name it, I'm going to be probably covering it on this channel with all the updates, news, and information that you guys are craving. So by all means, like I said, subscribe and hit that bell. And if you guys are interested in my live streams, I will be live today over on Twitch starting between 12 to 1 p.m. Eastern Time playing some X-Defiant. So of course, if you guys want to tune on in, get some X-Defiant nostalgia, or even chat it up with me, you can find a link to that channel down in the description of this video. Alright, so ladies and gentlemen, I actually saw a post to start off here by T-Dog that just absolutely blew my mind, but it's the truth of how Activision is handling everything. As you can see right here, just made a new account to play Black Ops 6 tonight for a video. The first thing you're greeted with when you boot up the game is the Black Cell Pass. Once you decline, you are then taken to the Battle Pass screen. Once you decline, you are then taken to the store. After you, of course, you need to tab over to play a match, but when you do that, you go over to the 420 event and get hit with a cutscene, and then you need to decline buying that. Then you can finally pick a game mode. I get we need to make money, but we gotta chill a little on pushing the store just a tad. And I agree. It's absolutely mind-boggling how Call of Duty is in the spot that it's in, and their main priority, their main focus before getting anything situated is to go ahead and push the store. I guess it makes sense, because X-Defiant, on the other hand, did the opposite, and guess what? It ended up dying. It's going to be dying next month, I believe, on the 6th or the 3rd of next month. I don't remember the exact date, but again, I'm going to be grinding it out until then. But for those who don't know, X-Defiant, the developers, chose to prioritize the gameplay over the cosmetics, which for a consumer is amazing, right? That's what we want to hear. It's like, why are you stuffing all this garbage into the game if the game isn't even functioning? So instead of putting in cool cosmetics, they ignored it all. And as everybody knows, if you've been playing X-Defiant, you know that the cosmetics were really bad for like the first 2 seasons. Like, I wasn't encouraged to cough up any cash whatsoever, and I loved X-Defiant. It was my favorite game to play, yet I didn't want to put $1 bill into it. But again, that was the developer's decision. Forget the cosmetics will come later. We gotta make sure the game is actually functioning first, and of course, they didn't make any money, Ubisoft wasn't happy with this, they shut down the game, so on and so forth. So I can understand why Activision takes a different approach. But they sell these games for full price. It's not free to play like X-Defiant is. They already make millions, close to billions off of every single Call of Duty title. Black Ops 6 already made them a fortune. If you guys don't know, it's one of the better selling Call of Duty games recently. Although the player count is on a heavy decline, it still made them absolute bank. So they're making cash, yet still, instead of trying to prioritize making sure people stay and come back to the game, they just continuously milk every last person who is deciding to stick around with the game to see if things might just improve. For example, like I said, boy, you can go on Reddit, Twitter, anywhere, and you're going to see that everything is just exploding. But firstly, for example, as you can see right here over on Reddit by Minute, he said, "What's the point of playing? I got banned for going 14-3 in search against a 5-stack, and my mic was off. I heard them after round 4 saying, if we lose, report this guy. I didn't think anything of it. Next game, I can't text chat. Changing the date on my PS5 doesn't work, so what's the point? I'm a full-time solo gamer and get 1 to 3 hours max to play. I use my controller mic and keep it hella casual. If anyone knows how to get by this on PS5, please let me know. Working 5 to 5 gives me 2 hours a day. So stupid." Guys, don't you remember they just came out with a system showcasing AI and how it's so outstanding? How it's going to stop every single cheater coming on into the Call of Duty experience? How it's going to be able to tell between a human or, a cheating bot? Well, why is this still happening then, is my main question. Why are we still having major Shadowban problems within Call of Duty all of these years later? This isn't anything new. This has been happening since Modern Warfare 2019, and it even got to the point where Activision said that there's no such thing as false bans and false shadow bans. And they lied about that, because if you guys remember, fast forward to current date, they completely changed their opinion. Activision came out and stated that there is such thing as false bans. So they lied to the community since Modern Warfare 2019, and even until this very date, they refused to go ahead and resolve anything. But, of course, if a new player comes into the Black Ops 6 experience, they're going to make sure that they see the Black Cell bundle, and the Battle Passes, and the store, and the event passes. They're going to do everything in their power to sell them before they can get into the game, because God forbid they get into the game first, they're going to see how bad of an experience it actually is. So they have to say, okay, before this guy actually gets in, we got to make sure we bombard him with every possible thing he might open his wallet for, and then let them try to play the experience, because obviously the developers aren't there to give two craps. I mean, it gets even funnier. Here's a rant by Nadeshot for anybody that's curious. He's even flaming up Activision and the cheaters as well on pretty much a day-to-day basis, but let's go ahead and check this out.
Yo, if I see Team Ricochet put out one more fucking tweet patting themselves on the back about the amount of hackers they banned, I'm going to fucking lose it!
Yeah, no, we're good.
How? Can you spend any time or resources telling people how many people you banned when the hacking has never been worse? It's only getting worse. There were less hackers before they tweeted about all the hackers that they banned. How, Sway? You fucks! What are you tweeting about?
Now, ladies and gentlemen, you guys know I've been saying this for a while now because it's the truth. You know, I used to believe all these times where they would come out on social media and say, oh, we banned so-and-so when you got this many players banned, and, you know, things are going good. Look at these updates to Ricochet. This is how Ricochet anti-cheat actually works. Look at this AI. You know, I fell for a lot of this in the past, but as time goes on, it just showcases to me more and more that they are all talk and no action. I'm at the point that it literally does not matter what these developers say. And it does not matter what Activision says. They even said in Season 2 and Season 3, we're going to be seeing major upgrades to the anti-cheat, yet it's worse than ever after Season 3. So, where are the major upgrades? It's useless. They yap way too much about the anti-cheat, and they never provide any factual information, any proof, any results. That's the biggest issue here. I've stated it in my previous video. Isn't it suspicious that Activision is like the only publisher out there who is constantly saying, oh, we banned this many players. Oh, look, all these cheaters got banned. Oh, look, this is, you know, nobody else does this. And you want to know why? Because everybody else's anti-cheat actually functions. It works. So they don't have to come out and make a bunch of posts, you know, defending their game and saying, oh, you know, sorry, guys, it might be some cheaters now, but look, we banned so-and-so. We're getting it. No. They don't have to do that. Because the cheaters are freaking banned. The reason they have to come out so much is because there's so much backlash in Call of Duty, because all their systems are not functioning correctly. So they have to come out and say, oh, don't worry, guys, we just banned another 100,000. Oh, don't worry, guys, another 50K banned. They have to. Because if they don't, people are going to completely lose faith. I mean, even look at this, the Cronus page over on Reddit. They're like, Cronus will be useless with a question mark, but guys, the whole comment section is literally people just roasting and making fun of Activision. There's not a single cheater out there who actually takes Activision serious, who actually takes Call of Duty serious. None of them care. They know how easy it is to work around all these issues, and they know that Activision coming out and saying, oh, we're going to go ahead and do this and that means nothing. Because, again, they are all talk with no action. They ban and, send freaking lawsuits out to all these people who are developing cheats, yet and still cheats are still stupidly relevant. I stated it before and I'll state it again. It doesn't matter how many people they ban, because at the end of the day, there's always going to be someone else out there who's willing to provide the cheats and make bank off of doing so. The only way around this is to put together a good anti-cheat. You put together a good anti-cheat, then go for the lawsuits afterwards. But you're going for lawsuits early while your anti-cheat's still garbage, allowing others to come into the scene and just work right back around it. I mean, God, guys, there's a reason people are leaving this shitty franchise. It sucks, and I say it all the time. I freaking love COD. I want COD to be great again. I want people to enjoy it. I want to be able to hop in and enjoy it. But how can we do so when the devs don't care? The games are unpolished. They're busted. The servers are disgusting. The microtransactions are always in your face. In a full paid game, keep in mind. I mean, there's free-to-play games that don't even rub this garbage in your face as much as Activision does with Call of Duty. And a $70 to $100 game, soon to be $80 by default. It's a joke. And then on top of that, the anti-cheat never works. No matter how many times they brag and boast, it never properly functions. There is a reason people are leaving. When an indie team can have a better anti-cheat put together than a billion-dollar company, you know something fishy is going on and nobody else wants to put up with it. It was a problem before when nobody could try these indie games because console was stuck with the AAA products and the only way you could play these indie games is if you purchase a PC. But nowadays, that's non-existent. PC is not the only one who can play these games. Consoles are getting way more games than they ever had before. Indie titles being able to actually release on console. People are going to slowly and surely see that they do not need to spend bank in order to get a good product. There are teams out there who will sell you a game for the fraction of the cost, and it'll be worth it. I mean, isn't Arc Raiders going to be like $40? It's $40, and it runs 10 trillion times better than a full paid game. Shoot, the Finals is free, and the Finals runs better than Call of Duty. How does a game with 5 times the destruction than any Battlefield game I've ever witnessed, way more chaos than any Call of Duty game I've ever witnessed, perform better than a simple game of COD, where nothing happens besides people are just shooting each other? No destruction, no insane moments, just people shooting at one another, and it can't perform? No. Like I said, there's a reason people are leaving. There's a reason people are sick. And honestly, Activision, you guys are a bunch of freaking losers. You guys got to get your act together because I'm telling you right now, people are leaving in waves and it's only going to get worse and worse and worse as time goes on. But ladies and gentlemen, as always, if you enjoyed today's video, leave a like. If you hate it, leave a dislike. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell. I post daily here at 8 Eastern Time. And of course, if you guys are interested in my live streams, I stream Monday through Saturday over on Twitch, starting between 12 to 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Of course, if you guys are interested, go link that channel down in the description of this video. But as always, thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.